We're going to interview Brad Bird and the producers of The Incredibles 2 for London Mums magazine.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this Incredibles 2 special masterclass drawing session and Q&A session with the director Brad Bird and two of the producers. We've got John Walker and we've got Nicole Grindle as well. Thank you so much for being here, guys.
It's a pleasure.
Our pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Now, Incredibles 2, I think it's an amazing film. I got to have a little sneak peek at it.
Oh, cool.
For those who don't know, where does it kick off? We left it with the Underminer coming up at the end of Incredibles 1.
That's where it kicks off. Right there.
It kicks off right there.
Maybe a full 30 seconds have gone by since the first film, so that's easy to remember.
Nice. And where does the film take us after that?
Well, I could tell you, but it would take a long time. I think it would bore your viewers.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably best if you just buy a ticket and watch the film.
Now, what can they expect? Can we expect lots of action?
Action, comedy, explosions, fast-paced music, soulful scenes of family, and kind of put in a blender and mixed.
Beautiful. Now, have we got any new characters? What's going on?
Well, there's two new characters. There's actually more, but there's a brother and sister team that want superheroes to become legal again, and they have their own company that is very big and powerful, and so they think that they can be a force to make things better. So they end up sponsoring the superheroes. It's Bob and Helen and Lucius, who's also named Frozone.
Yeah.
Those are the guys this brother-sister team are sponsoring. And then there are also new superheroes that are kind of the untried superheroes, kind of second-rate superheroes who could be first-rate if they were given their shot. They feel encouraged when Elastigirl starts getting out there again. They feel encouraged to come out into the sunlight. So there's one in particular whose name is Void who idolizes Helen, and she has a really cool power.
Nice. Well, you've got some exciting things to look forward to when you see it, guys. But a little treat for us, Brad. I know probably one of the most important things when you're bringing new characters to the scene is creating them and drawing them. So maybe with one of your older characters, would you be able to give us a little masterclass in drawing?
I wouldn't call it a masterclass. That sounds a little a little presumptive. But I'll show you how to draw it, and you guys can try along. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Who are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for Jack.
Jack, one of my favorites.
All right. He has a much bigger role in the new film, so we'll start with him.
Okay. Sounds good. So how would you start drawing Jack?
Well, he's got a big round head, so I think that's a good place to start. So you put a big round head here. You keep it loose. You don't draw it very hard because you want to be able to firm up lines later. You do one eye like this and another eye like that. And then you make his irises big because he's a kid. He's a little kid, and they tend to be full-sized, adult-sized eyes on little kid, and then the rest kind of catches up with them. So you put a little nose there, and you give him kind of a baby smile.
I'm starting to
eyebrows.
see him. I'm starting to see him.
Yeah, you get this filled out a little more here. Give him some ears.
Needs those.
Gotta have those. So you can listen to the parents. And then he's got this one sort of tuft of hair that's kind of at the top of his head. Then you want to give him a little body action here. He's got a little body compared to the head. That's kind of like babies. Give him a little attitude on the wide stance.
Jack's got attitude, definitely.
And give him kind of a little bit of a superhero attitude too. So you get the arms out there.
That's incredible.
Like that. Then you've got to give him a little Incredibles logo too. So you can do that. Swish here, swish there. And then you fill in this part with black. So you kind of get a little feeling of the Incredibles eye there.
When you're designing one of your characters for a film like this, how long does it take? So like, how long did it take?
Some of them come kind of quickly, and some take.
You've got a red there if you wanted one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm already committed here, so I'll get the red in there too. Though I wish I'd known. So yeah, that's kind of like that. And give them a little. So that's kind of that, and then you firm up these lines. Now that you're kind of drawn in, you kind of make some of these lines darker. You kind of know where you're going, so you firm it all up. So that's kind of Jack Jack.
There's Jack Jack.
And I'll do a quick little color in here, as you pointed out. Got to have the red.
There he is, fully suited and booted.
Yeah, suited and booted. I like that. Where were you when we were coming up with slogans for the program? Yeah. All right. All right.
There he is, Jack Jack. All right, guys.
All right.
So do you think you can have a go at that? I think you'll be able to have a go at that. And under the expert tutelage of Brad, Nicole, and John, they'll be coming round to help you and make sure you're going in the right direction.
Hey, man, you got it all the way colored in. Again, everybody's got the good feeling for the eyes, which is really important because that's where everybody looks first, is in the eyes. So I think he's got a kind of a cowboy attitude, which I like. And he's ready to be a gunslinger, you know, I think. So well done. Bam!
Beautiful.
Right away.
Straight away. There you go.
All right, we're finishing with you. I think he looks a little bit like he's had a chocolate milk. And I like that because he probably loves chocolate milk. And you're making me feel like I should have had a chocolate milk scene in the movie. So I think that also is a very fine Jack Jack, and well done. Slam it.
Well done.
Bam.
Everyone's done really well.
Bravo.
Okay, have we got any questions? Who wants to go first with a question?
Oh.
After 14 years, do you think that the Incredibles' son and daughter should be a bit older?
Well, if we were doing it in real time, I think you're right. But we're doing it as if we're just picking up telling a story right where we left the story off. And because it's animation, unless their voices change, we can do that without them aging a day. So it's kind of cool. That's one of the cool things about animation. Yeah.
Cool. Next question. Diego?
You are powering Superman Miss Power with an electric bike.
Yeah.
How do you see the use of environmentally friendly technology in future superhero movies?
I think that's a great question.
Great
That's
question.
a great question.
And I have a very biased answer because I have an electric car and I love it. I think that for a long time people thought that when you go electric that you have to go slow, like golf carts. And I constantly heard that from my friends that like fast cars. But the electric cars are actually really fast. And so we tried to present the motorcycle that you see in the movie as being really fast. And so I see a future where a renewable energy is not only much better for the planet, but also you can still have a lot of fun with it. So great question.
What electric car do you have?
I have a Tesla.
Boom.
Yeah, and it's
Model
really,
S?
huh?
Is it Model S?
Yeah. Huh?
The fast one.
The very fast one. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, now you had one.
Yes. Where did you get the ideas for Jack Jack's powers?
Well, the idea of The Incredibles is that the superpowers are kind of related to who they are in the family. Dads are always expected to be strong, so I made him be super strong. Mothers are pulled in 10 directions at once, so I had her be elastic. Teenagers are kind of insecure because they're kind of between being little kids where they know who they are and adults who know that they are, and they're kind of insecure. So I made her have invisibility and force fields. And 10-year-olds, is that about your age?
I'm 11.
Okay, so you're in the zone. You have a lot of energy at that age, and you kind of can outrun all of us and keep going.
And you crave speed.
You great speed. Huh?
I'm not very fast, so.
There you go.
You said you're not fast, but you're bet you fast at other things. Well, you were pretty fast at drawing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, look, you're very
you
fast
got
at
the
drawing.
you got the color finished. Huh?
That can be my superpower.
There you go.
That's right.
So babies to me were unexplored potential. They could maybe have no powers or maybe have all the powers. We don't know what they're going to be because they're babies. So I made Jack have all of these powers because he could be all of these different things.
But we weren't able to do all the superpowers that Brad imagined.
The first time.
The first time.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? There might be a chance to do even more. You
Oh,
never know.
you know.
Yes, you're always pushing the limits of technology.
Guys, that's about all the time we've got for questions. Really sorry that we have to finish because I'm having so much fun. Thank you to Brad, John, and Nicole for being here. Let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you to you guys for your drawings as well.
Yes.
And your questions.
Bravo.